the sort of high performance unit with the NZRL, overseeing things there.
There's
so
young Rory Ropati with the ball now, come from a famous Otahuhu family, and his son is John Ropati's son, playing for Mount Albert against his old home club Otahuhu, who's coached by a Mount Albert coach.
Yeah, there's links everywhere, isn't there, Troy? So, but look, you always enjoy seeing these, the traditional rivalries in Auckland Rugby League play out as Mount Albert complete a good set with an excellent kick, and that is just a classy kick there from the Mount Albert #1, Mark Graham. We saw in action another one of the College Rugby League graduates. Great to see those players coming through the systems and playing at the high levels, Troy.
Yep, absolutely. And stick with us during the course of the season. The College Rugby League will be back, and we'll be live streaming that again through the Auckland Rugby League website, where Corey and myself will be led around to the colleges and calling all of the next generation of stars that come through the Auckland Rugby League system. Otahuhu, first impressions for me, a lot of energy around the communication on the field there, Corey. These boys, you know, hadn't even talked off and they were starting the chat, so they certainly have a lot of confirmation going on. That said, Mount Albert is certainly upping their ante around communication as well, and this would have to be the most chat that we've heard in the first 3 games that have been played today.
And Troy, look at the coaches as well. Willie Swan, of course, who's coached the Auckland Vulcans in the New South Wales Cup, and John Ackland, his record speaks for itself. Of course, former Samoa coach at the 2008 World Cup, Junior Warriors Premiership winner as well at under-20 levels. So the calibre of the coaching just as impressive as the calibre of the players on display today, and a good start from both teams as Otahuhu looked to have coughed up an error. First one of the match, so Mount Albert now will work it off their line from about 20 out. As we get some late changes in for the Mount Albert team, we thank the coaching staff for that one. A couple of late additions to the team sheet.
And just in the background there, looks like Hibiscus Coast have gone in against the Point Chevalier Ortex team. So that's a bit of interest there as the second Pirates team starts to get into the tournament and winding up their approach. Back to the Otahuhu Mount Albert game. Very well structured too, Corey, looking at both teams, you know, whether they're in the defence line or attacking, they seem to have their shape down pretty well and engaging early.
Yeah, absolutely, and Mount Albert with a nice little kick down towards the corner there, and they've caught the winger up. That's a good kick from Marcus Fraser, who is an experienced Fox Memorial player. Good chase as well from Mount Albert, and that is just fantastic work, and they might even get him in goal here. I think they have. Excellent work from Mount Albert to not only put in a great kick, but the chase, Troy, was first class. And he's going to work it off just from the line. So they must have been just short there of actually forcing the dropout. So great work from Mount Albert, and Otahuhu now straight away on the back foot. But some nice meters out of dummy half, and excellent play there from the Otahuhu 9, Heti Katoa.
Is it 9 or 5?
And in fact, you're right, Troy, it was indeed the 5. I apologise for that. So Tom Suaga.
We're working that out.
And so Mount Albert now start the set on halfway.
Be interesting to see what they do here. It's been a good arm wrestle at this point. You know, they've been up and down the field. No one's actually throwing the ball away or making silly mistakes. They're all showing a wee bit of patience. And for Otahuhu too, for the viewers who do not know, they're the first time down in the Sharman Cup this year, and the expectation is they're only going to stay there for the year. And I think that's one of the reasons why they brought John Ackland over, was to, you know, give them every opportunity to be able to compete and to get back to the SAS Fox.
And just as we say that, it looks like Otahuhu are going to go in for their first points, and indeed they are. A nice little try in the left-hand corner to the number 11, Atanasio Kyo.
And I'm sure that if the Otahuhu team wins today, all of John's friends at the Mount Albert Club will be buying him a drink. Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, we'll leave a question mark on that one. But look, I think most people understand John's motives behind this one. You know, he wants to see the best for the Auckland game, and John said to me in the chats we've had that Auckland Rugby League is better for a strong Otahuhu club, which is completely true. So look, you know, while it is a little bit funny seeing John coaching against Mount Albert, first of all, and particularly for Otahuhu, who are their traditional rivals, it's got to be a positive for the Auckland competition and for all clubs, I think, in the long run. So the kick is to the left and low, so scores out at 4-0 to Otahuhu as we near the end of the first half here at Stanmore Bay. And now Mount Albert with the chance to hit back. They work it off the line, and that's a good carry forward from, I believe, the Mount Albert number 11, Riwi Douglas.
Mount Albert trying to bend the line, getting driven back in that tackle, and just as they do so, we see some real Waitamata Seagulls down here taking part and watching the game as well. And if you're wanting to join us, its admission is free down here at the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. Come down and pull up a chair, join yourself. There's food, hot drinks, barbecue. Come and have something to eat and watch some live footy for the day. If you can't get here, check us out on the aucklandleague.co.nz, free live stream, bringing to you live the sports safe ARL Nines as Mount Albert now kick deep and turning Otahuhu around. Great chase there.
And no one's back at all for Otahuhu, and that will be a try. We just wait on confirmation of the number there. It is the number 14 for Mount Albert, Joseph Price. So he's come across, I believe, from the Mangere East Hawks. He's played Junior Warriors a couple of years ago. And an excellent chase there from Joseph. They just really caught the Otahuhu wingers up a little too high there. Lovely weighted kick, and that's been a feature of this game, Troy, has been the kicking games from both teams. So that's a nice little try there, but the standard of this game, well, it's certainly the best game we've seen so far today, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think, you know, the patience that they were both showing, you know, as they were filling each other out, the technical piece around how many times they've managed to control their sets with the football, and then the technical piece that you've just touched on in regards to the placement of the balls and with their kicking game. So you've just seen there that they've managed to turn that around, not only turn it around but actually turn it into points on the board. It'll be interesting now to see what the instructions from John will go out to the Otahuhu team and how they'll regather now and you know, turn around and get back into the match.
And with the conversion missing, it remains 4-4 as we approach the end of the first half here between Mount Albert and Otahuhu. Otahuhu now on the ball as they ruck it out towards halfway. Good carry forward there and good leg drive. That one, I think, George Vuna with a good carry out towards the left now, and the big fellas get involved. Connor Purcell throws the cutout into a little bit of space, and it's Lagona Vetimotu.
Good work managing to stay inside the field of play.
Back towards the sticks, and Connor Purcell with another touch on the ball. And he looks like he's in pretty good shape, Connor Purcell. We saw him at the end of last year when he was really starting to come on in the Fox Memorial competition, and he's looking trim and ready to go ahead of the 2017 season as well, which can only be good news for Otahuhu, as Mount Albert now are caught inside the 10, and Otahuhu want to get things going, and fair enough too, as they look to strike back, retake the lead, as in the background Hibiscus Coast go in again for another try, and they're a pretty popular choice here, of course, at their home ground today. Plenty of cheers going round as they score, and the ball comes out. Purcell fumbled it around the legs, and that'll be a knock on. So Otahuhu wasted that opportunity there, Troy, but as we end the end of the first half here, it looks like there's plenty of action going on in the backfield.
Absolutely. Just heard from the ground announcement there, the Hibiscus Coast Raiders have gone on again against the Point Chevalier Pirates Ortex team, and the Ortex team will be the one stacked with all the Fox players. As the whistle blows. Oh, and okay. As they go to the break on the first half, and yeah, while we're concentrating on what was happening over there on field 2, looked like there was a little up and under with a defensive tackle there, but they've all shook hands and patted each other, and now they'll go to the halftime chat. And it would be nice to be a little fly on the wall over there at the Otahuhu, and